Everyone knew something was wrong in Greyford. You could feel it in the silence after protests, in the way officials avoided questions, in the documents that vanished, in the people who were told to forget. Greyford was supposed to be a model city. Clean streets, rising skyline, new developments, and smiling leaders who promised progress. On the surface, everything looked fine. But underneath the polished image was a network of corruption so deep that it controlled the police, the courts, the media, and the lives of ordinary people. And when the truth tried to surface, it was buried. The story began with a body. Not in an alley. Not at a crime scene. But in a hospital bed. Daniel Brooks was a city accountant. Quiet, careful, and known for following the rules. He worked in the finance department, auditing contracts for infrastructure projects. Bridges, housing developments, road expansions. Nothing glamorous. Just paperwork. Until he found something. Millions of dollars were missing. Not lost. Not misfiled. Stolen. Contracts were inflated. Companies were being paid for work that never happened. Fake invoices were approved by real officials. And the same 3 construction firms kept winning every major project in the city. Daniel documented everything. Emails, spreadsheets, internal memos. He copied files onto a private drive and prepared to report it. 2 weeks later, he was in the hospital with sudden complications. Doctors said it was a heart issue. His family said he was healthy. The city said nothing. Daniel died 3 days later. His files disappeared the same night. Greyford moved on. But his sister didn't. Emily Brooks wasn't a journalist. She wasn't a lawyer. She was a schoolteacher who believed in rules, honesty, and fairness. When her brother died, something felt wrong. He had been anxious before his death. Quiet. Careful with his phone. He told her, "If anything happens to me, don't believe the official story." After his funeral, she asked for his belongings. The hospital said they were misplaced. His office said his computer had been wiped. The city said there was no investigation needed. Emily kept asking. Doors closed. Friends stopped calling. One evening, an unmarked car followed her home. That's when she knew this wasn't just about her brother anymore. Months later, a former city engineer named Marcus Reed reached out to Emily anonymously. He had worked on the same projects Daniel audited. He told her that safety reports were falsified. Cheap materials were used instead of approved ones. Inspections were skipped. When Marcus tried to report it, he was threatened. Then fired. Then followed. He agreed to meet Emily at a cafe outside the city. He never showed up. 2 days later, his apartment was found empty. No struggle. No note. Just silence. The police classified it as voluntary disappearance. Everyone who knew Marcus knew that was a lie. Emily contacted local news stations. A reporter agreed to investigate. A week later, the story was cancelled. The editor said, "We were advised not to pursue this." Advised by who? No answer. Greyford's biggest newspaper was owned by a corporation that also had major construction contracts with the city. The same firms Daniel had flagged. The same names kept appearing. Corruption wasn't just in City Hall. It was in the headlines too. Emily found help from an independent investigator named Thomas Hale. He specialized in financial crimes. Together, they traced the money. Public funds were routed through shell companies. Contracts were split to avoid oversight. Politicians received donations from the same firms they approved. Everything was connected. The mayor. The police chief. The city prosecutor. The development board. It wasn't just corruption. It was a system. And it protected itself. When a group of residents protested a collapsed bridge that injured dozens, the response was brutal. Riot gear. Arrests. Silence. Footage of officers using excessive force disappeared from official records. Complaints were dismissed. The police weren't protecting people. They were protecting the city's image. And the people who profited from it. A construction worker named Luis Mendoza tried to sue after he was injured on a project that skipped safety regulations. His lawyer submitted evidence. The judge refused it. Key witnesses never showed up. The company walked free. Luis lost everything. Greyford didn't care. Every time the truth came close to the surface, something happened. Files vanished. Witnesses changed their stories. People were silenced. Not with guns. With power. Jobs were taken. Reputations destroyed. Families pressured. Fear became the city's language. Then something unexpected happened. A flash drive appeared in Emily's mailbox. Inside were Daniel's missing files. Spreadsheets. Contracts. Emails. Audio recordings. Proof. Undeniable proof. Greyford was built on fraud. But releasing it was dangerous. So Emily contacted international journalists. Not owned by Greyford. Not controlled by local power. The story went public. And the city panicked. The mayor called the leaks fake. The police called them misleading. The courts called them irrelevant. But the people saw the truth. Protests erupted. Social media exploded. Greyford couldn't hide anymore. Emily's house was searched without warning. Her phone was seized. She was questioned for hours. Not about corruption. About who gave her the files. The system wasn't looking for justice. It was looking for control. Eventually, one mid-level official was arrested. Not the mayor. Not the police chief. Not the contractors. Just one man. He pleaded guilty. The city declared the case closed. The corruption remained. Emily lost her job. Her friends distanced themselves. Her life changed forever. But she never stopped speaking. Because silence was what corruption needed. And she refused to give it that. Greyford didn't just steal money. It stole safety. It stole trust. It stole lives. And when the truth threatened to expose it, the city tried to bury it. But corruption always leaves fingerprints. And sooner or later, someone finds them. Corruption doesn't always look like criminals in dark rooms. Sometimes it looks like smiling officials, clean suits, empty promises. And the people who suffer are never the ones in power. They're the ones who trusted it.